What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Titus. And today, first off, I got to say, sorry for not getting these episodes out. I've been doing pretty good for probably 5 weeks. Had 2 out a week. Got a little busy with work, was out of town, but I'll talk a little bit more about that. Got some good stuff going on there for some waterfowl stuff. And then that being said, rolled through the weekend, didn't have time, been on night shifts, just getting hammered, not getting much sleep. So anyways, yeah, I'm here getting this done. Got one rolling out Thursday. At least we got one out this week, and then I'm doing my dead level best to keep rolling with the 2 deal. Unexpected circumstances. And there's some other things that's been going on, really good things actually, and I shouldn't even say that because I can't really talk about it right now, but some great information and announcements coming down the road for us. But yeah, let's get into this episode. I'll keep this one kind of short today, just kind of semi of an update. And also, I really wanted to push this. I know we talked about it in one episode though, but for you guys that didn't hear that one, which was with Kevin, my buddy Kevin, we were talking about the Delta Waterfowl Expo. We are 100% going. Me and Thomas are going to the Delta Waterfowl Expo in Little Rock, Arkansas, July 28th through the 30th. So if any of you guys are there or within driving distance, please come out. Let's hook up. Let's say hi. Let's shake hands. Let's talk ducks. Really want to meet a bunch of people. I feel like just haven't went to a lot of those kind of events. I've went to some here in California, but I'm really stoked about this. This is the duck hunters, basically, revival, I guess you'd call it. It's pre-season. Season will be getting close at that point. A lot of people are prepping up for early till in a lot of states, and we'll be prepping up for some early hunts that we partake of for the last 2-3 years. So the duck juices are going to be flowing. We're going to be pumped. Everybody's going to want to talk ducks, and I really would like to meet you guys. We're going to be spending a lot of time at the Heavy Shot booth, so you're definitely going to come there. The closer it gets, the more information I'll have about what's the booth number, where it's going to be in the expo. The plan is to do a bunch of podcasts, so maybe we'll have a couple of you people that are big-time duck hunters and waterfowl enthusiasts on the show with us, and just maybe do it right there in the Heavy Shot booth. Would like to have a couple guests. I don't like saying the word. It's not really fans. It's just I feel like how do I explain that? I feel like when I meet you guys, I just feel like we're on the same team or something. I don't know how to explain that, but I feel like you guys have been such a big support and so generous to us and everything. And I want to say thank you for all the new. Actually, let me read those. There's been some new ones on the Apple Podcast. I guess this episode is kind of like a touching bases. I'm touching back to, I guess you'd call it like everyday life. You know, like we do these episodes, have a lot of guests, and we don't kind of get down to the nitty gritty. But this one was a little bit more to the nitty gritty, and also kind of like a down to earth episode. You know what I mean? So, anyways, on the Apple Podcast, there's a couple new ones. I like trying to shout you guys out. I don't know if I read this one, but if I didn't, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it again anyways. April 27th, 2023, Brad B52 said, great show, especially when they talk real news and politics. Thank you, Brad. A. Right Ducks said, awesome podcast, awesome content, even better dudes. They cover anything and everything waterfowl. Thanks for all the hard work you guys put in. Love tuning into each and every episode. And then the last one, the newest one, and I recognize this name, Max Gurney. Thank you, man, for writing a review on the Apple Podcast platform and giving it a rating. He said, love this podcast. Love hearing about Rocky and training labs. I am currently training my lab and have gone back to YouTube videos of Ty's training Rocky. I would highly recommend the YouTube channel as well. So thank you so much, guys. And if you haven't wrote any reviews or gave any ratings on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I appreciate you doing that. Helps out a lot, and it brings us up on the charts. So thank you, Max, for that. And that being said, that's what else I need to write that down. Or no, I didn't. Okay, cool. That being said, the videos are going to start dropping here ASAP. I know there has been a hiatus, and there always has been the last couple years for me personally, because I find that if after duck season I take a little bit of a break and I don't record, don't film, don't do anything, I feel like I go into season just ready to rock and roll, put the videos out. I'm also going to be doing my, what do I call those? It's like the hour-long videos of it's not really a recap. It's basically, I call it a full movie of hunting with no just like vlogging in it, basically. It's like straight up hunting, like the kill shots, the calling, the dog retrieves, the good stuff that we all like to see and watch. So I got those let's see, the first Monday. What are we at right here? Actually, and we're almost there. So less than 2 weeks away on Monday, the first one will drop. Actually, I can't decide if I want to do Sunday or Monday. I'll probably do Monday. The first full movie will drop about an hour long, and they'll be every week for like 3 or 4 weeks. So the 26th of June, which is real close, less than 2 weeks away, we'll be dropping that. And it's going to be good. You guys are going to like it. Like I said, it's just hunting. It's just straight up hunting, not a lot of chitter chatter and talking. Yeah, blind chatter will be in there, but it's not just a bunch of me, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, that's how I feel about it. I know some people don't mind it, like it, whatever, to be filled in, but it's kind of nice just to sit there and just relax and watch hunting. So that is right around the corner. I wanted to just put that out there to you guys. Yeah, the first one that will be dropping will be number 13. So 13th full movie of hunting. Like I said, they're about an hour long. All right, moving on. I'm also going to I have 1, 2, 3, I'll have 4 hunts. 4 never before seen hunt videos that I just did not have time to edit last year. Write that down, put in my notes there. And one of the best I've ever put on YouTube. Phenomenal roller coaster of emotion hunt video. And to boot, mystery duck. I'm not going to say, let's just put it this way. It's my favorite video. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean YouTube's going to like it. Like they might not put it out there, may not a lot of people see it, but I am going to push the dog out of this video because I want everybody to see this. I want everybody to see just how the day played out, bucket list, birds, goals, crazy day. It's a little bit longer. It's almost 20-minute long video, but trust me, that's for no lack of action. I haven't decided when I want to drop that video because if you drop it too early and it's not duck season, it seems like nobody watches it, and I really want this video to do good. Just because I want people to see it. It was an exciting video for me. It was fun to make. Me and Thomas have already watched it a couple times. Me and Travis have watched it. Nathaniel, Jake, they've all seen it, and it was crazy. Anyways, so 4 new hunts coming out from last year. Really good hunts too, not subpar hunts. So I can't wait to show you guys those. So stay tuned for that on the YouTube channel, Mid Valley Mercenaries. If there's new people on here that didn't know about our YouTube channel, you got to check it out. Next thing I want to talk about is I've been doing some work up north, Northern California. For those of you who don't know, I am a helicopter pilot, and I've done a lot of things in flying helicopters. Currently right now, I'm flying Metaflight. Total time that I've done that, I've kind of been in and out of it, for the last probably 11 years. I've been flying for 17, but, I've done Metaflight for a total of about, I can't believe it's got to be 5 years, 6 years, something like that total. Going on my 3rd year straight of doing it I do crop dusting on the side too, on my off weeks. Really good schedule, for work. And anyways, They have different bases. The company has bases all over the United States except for Oregon and Hawaii. Everywhere else has helicopter bases for this same company, Air Methods. Anyways, Northern California has some really cool bases that I like to work at, and I usually try to pick up night shift. So I'm off for 12 hours. I work 12 hours at night, and then I'm off for 12 in the day, and I'll do that for whatever it is. When it's overtime, it's like 3, 4, 5 days. I picked up a 4-day hitch up there on my off week, did some overtime, and I got to get out, and I took my camera, took my long-range lens and my short-range lens, and just went out there and just shot a ton of pictures at some of these California refuges up there. It was kind of tough because a lot of them, the gates are closed, and it was hard to get in close to some birds. And I'm not saying that I was definitely not, I don't feel like I got crazy shots, but what I did get, and you guys got to go look at this. I have no other way of showing you if you're not on Instagram or Facebook, but if you don't follow us on there, and if you don't even want, you don't have to follow us to go see it. You can just pull up on Facebook or Instagram, Mid-Valley Mercenaries, and the newest picture that I posted, you got to go check it out. It's of the Delta Waterfowl nest program that they've been doing. I don't know if you've seen, they kind of look like a tube. Basically, it's like grass, hay, it's like a tube with chicken wire wrapped in a circle. I want to say it's the word, I don't want to say this word because I feel like I'm going to butcher it. I can't say it. I knew, that's why I didn't even want to try to say it. I can spell it, I just can't say it. It's Cylind. I think it's RICAL. So cylindrical. I don't think that's how you say it, but that's gonna drive me nuts. You guys know how I am. Go ahead, laugh. Hopefully, you guys laugh when I say stupid stuff like this and not think how much of an idiot I am. Maybe you don't add the AL on the end. I thought you did. Yeah, you do. Cylindrical. Cylindrical. That's how the dictionary has it spelled out. Here, let's do this. Oh boy. Cylindrical. I knew that. How do I not say that right? Maybe I did. Cylindrical. I did say that. Well, anyways, Titus is over here having an argument with himself in his head while you guys are rolling your eyes in your truck right now. Anyways, cylindrical. It's a cylindrical nest that has basically like a metal, square metal rod that goes up, I'm going to say about 4 feet, 4.5 feet. They always put it out in the middle of the water, usually. Anyways, it's Delta Waterfowl. Delta Waterfowl put 200 of these up in California alone to test the nesting and if they would take to it. Well, most waterfowl nest on the ground, and they're very susceptible to the foxes, coyotes, snakes, raccoons getting in there. And so they created this. It's really cool. Like I said, I kind of described it to you, but you're thinking in your head, there's plenty of room for the hen to get inside there, but you're thinking in your head, do they actually fly up in that? And how hard is that for them to get up in there and get inside of it, lay their eggs and do all that stuff, right? Because we're not worried about the ducklings, because if you've watched any of the National Geographics, the wood ducks laying their nest way up in a tree, like, 60, 80 feet high. And those little baby ducklings are so light, fluffy, that when they jump out and fall, they just hit the leaves and just kind of bounce, and never do they really get injured where they are wounded or hurt. So we already know that's not going to be an issue for the baby ducklings coming out of there. If that 4.5 foot drop, they'll just drop right straight out into the water. So that's not an issue, but you're thinking, okay, are the hens going to be able to get up in there? And are they going to use it? That's the bigger question, right? Are they going to use it? I'll read. Jeff Adams works for this Delta Waterfowl, great guy. We had got a chapter going. Austin Burst took that over, the Grasslands chapter. I want to say thank you to Austin for taking that over. Just did not have time. I wanted to get it going, but I did not have time to continue to run it. But someone asked, are they nest hand built or do they add the straw? Jeff Adams came on there and helped out and said the hen houses are hand built. This one and others in the area are part of a study started just this year. Okay, just this year. I thought it was last year, but I know I've seen those around for longer than that, but maybe it was just for California. It said just this year by Delta Waterfowl to see how California mallards, so yes, California, they had them at other places. I knew I'd seen them before. To see how California mallards react to and take to them, all in an effort to help boost the numbers of this population in the state once again. Chapters of the foundation also build these and install them in areas where they live and hunt to help the local nesting populations. Volunteers return each winter to add more grass to the nest, both on the outside and on the inside. The old bedding is removed to double check for egg fragments and to add fresh bedding for returning hens. It is also interesting to note that once a hen utilizes these nests, they will return to it year after year. The hens born into nesting structures are also more likely to use them for their nests as they return to the same area they were born in to ultimately begin nesting as well. So this picture I have. So this is what happened. So I'm out there at this specific refuge in Northern California. And I'm like, oh, cool, the Delta Waterfowl, hen houses. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of in my head trying to create a storyline, right? Like, actually, right when I got there, it was overcast, stormy, thunderstorming. And as soon as I get there, all of a sudden I look over to my right and I see a rooster pheasant sneaking through the grass. I'm like, oh, I grab my camera real quick, never taking a picture of one. It was really hard, though, to focus on him because the grass was kind of over him, so I had to do a manual focus, which is fine, but he was walking kind of fast, so it was hard to keep him in tack sharp focus. Plus, he was kind of far away, too. I was fully zoomed out to 600 millimeters. So I got a picture of him. I was like, cool, man. I've never, taken wild pheasant on a still before of one. I've got him on video before. But anyways, then I drive, 100 more yards. All of a sudden, I see this little covey of quail jump up and land pretty close to the road. And this nice little male, just with his little bob up on top he was with a hen, and I'm thinking maybe quail, they don't go by hen like that. I don't know what they refer to. Sorry, I haven't done a lot of upland, especially for quail. I'd love to. We got some places in California we can. I just don't do it. Not because I don't want to, just other things going on. Anyways, I took a picture, got a picture of them, really cool. And I'm like, man, that's going to be cool. I'm going to kind of create a storyline. I seen that hen house over there, and I was like, I'm going to drive around and get closer to it. So I'm like, okay, do a posting on social media, just, the different types and the wildlife is just cool to see, Drive around, and I get my long-range camera out, and I'm looking through the viewfinder. And I see it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to zoom way in on this, take some good pictures of it, put it in this posting I'm talking about. And below it, as I'm looking through, I hadn't started snapping pictures yet. I see this hen on the water below it. And I didn't really think nothing of it, but I was like, oh, that'd be cool. So I snapped, held the shutter down a little bit, took a couple pictures. Kind of still watching her through the lens. All of a sudden, she lifts to come out of the water. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll get this bird in flight. Again, it's farther away. I just hold the shutter button down, and now it's going. Well, as it's snapping, I see her lifting, kind of going towards the nest, and all of a sudden she disappears. I let go of the shutter button, and I'm like, huh. I thought to myself, where did she go? Because I put my camera down, I'm like looking in the air, looking all around, like, where in the world did that hen go? There's no way she got out dodged that fast unless she landed back in the water again. I just don't see her. So I'm like, whatever. I put the camera down, drive around looking for some more birds. There wasn't actually a lot of birds out there, but there was good sign, and that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to get into that in a second after I finish this story, but really good sign. Tons of water up there. My goodness, there's water everywhere. Every ditch. Just on these refuges. I mean, they were bone dry last year, and there's still tons of water. And this is June. I was up there at the beginning of June. So anyways, I'm driving around a little bit, not seeing much, and I started thinking about that last shot, and I go, hold on a second. did that bird go in that hen house? Did I capture that? I stop, put it in park. I grab my camera. I go to the review. And sure enough, I got that hen going all the way into that hen house. I was so stoked. I mean, because to me, taking pictures and video is exciting as shooting them. And it's just fun to me. I really like that. I always have. And finally, a couple years ago, I put the money into it and saved up and bought all that stuff. I still like to upgrade even farther, but right now I'm pretty happy with what I got. And I go, my goodness, I got it. There was a couple pictures out of focus that I was kind of bummed about, but I literally got that hen. Excuse me. I'm going to crack open this Red Bull. Have any of you guys had the Juneberry, the blue can? Oh my goodness. My goodness, those are good. Ooh. Still not the same as the pomegranate, but those are second best for sure. You gotta try them. Blue can, if you're watching on YouTube. That hen lift, I got the whole sequence of that hen lifting up out of the water, on the water, lifting out of the water, swerving to the front of that hen house. I got her feet. You got to go look at these pictures. I'm telling you, it's the coolest thing ever. I got her feet where she's basically basically like hooking her toenails onto that hen house. Like, because it looks to me, it's kind of a small opening. So in my mind, I'm like, man, that gets to be kind of tough for them to enter. Like, how are they actually going to do that? Well, she basically, my favorite photo for sure, it's the first photo of that sequence of photos, and then I go back to the very beginning, is her reaching out her feet and basically hooking her toenails. So she's like flared back with her wings open and like leaned back with her feet grabbing. And then the next one is her like basically lunging her head in there. And then the next one is all you see is basically her tail feathers as she's in there. I mean, it was so cool, man. Like, wow. Like I don't think I've seen anybody capture pictures of them going in there. I don't think. I know there's pictures of them inside of it, but I don't think no one's caught pictures of them going in it. So, me, I was freaking out. Told a couple friends about it. Thought it was really cool. Travis was really stoked to hear that. He thought that was really cool. Showed him like a little picture of a picture, basically. And anyways, I came home from that, and I actually just edited them yesterday and posted them. And, man, people were loving it. Just love that. I do, too. I'm going to keep sharing that and get that photo out there. And, that might be something Delta Waterfowl actually puts on their magazine. And, again, I wish it was a little sharper as someone – I guess I'm a photographer. I don't know. Very on the low end of it. But I really think I could see them putting it on front of one of their magazines or definitely in their magazine somewhere. Actually, I sent it to Jeff Adams, and I can't remember his title, but he's pretty up there. And he's like, do you mind if I share this to some people I know that would really like to see this and, send it up the chain? I'm like, absolutely. I mean, that's why I sent it to you. I knew he'd appreciate it. And it's really gotten out there, and he's shared it. And, yeah, I'm curious to see if they'll want to use that. I hope they do. It'd just be cool, right, to have a photo that is used like that, especially that kind of photo. A hen actually using something, a hen mallard, that they really want to help bring the numbers back and not let the predators get into the nest. I mean, it's so encouraging to see that. So, yeah, that was really cool. Now jumping over to the water, like I said, there was water everywhere. There was mallards everywhere. There was hens everywhere. You could tell they were paired up and doing their thing. And, I think there was a lot of nests, even in some of the weirdest places too. Just lots of birds, lots of water. I mean, not birds like as in if you were in, December, January, but I'm just saying there was plenty of birds. Got some more pictures of some cinnamon teal and some other, I got a really cool picture of a pair of, mine's going blank, scop. This drake was studded out, man. Now that cinnamon was really drab and pretty ugly looking, to be honest with you. So was most of the mallards were pretty ugly too, but there was some studs. Got rained on one of the days I went up there and took pictures. That was really cool. Got some mallards in flight in the rain. Again, photos are, I don't know if my settings were right. It was getting dark. Plus it was overcast. So I think it was just not enough lighting to get as much as I like to get. Got some pictures, some redheads. That I've never done that before. Again, that day it was sunny and it was like 11 o'clock. So the lighting is terrible, like garbage to get those real sharp, crisp, good lighting photos. But all in all, I don't want to bore you guys with that, but got a lot of good pictures, seen birds, lots of water, a lot of the reservoirs, all the lakes, everything is really, if they were bone dry, they're 3/4 full. If they were halfway, they're full to the brim. I mean, it's just so encouraging. Snowpack is great. Really haven't got much of a snow melt off yet. So I'm thinking a lot of these lakes and stuff and reservoirs might even get more full is what I'm hoping for, obviously. And then to add on to that, they're saying El Nino. They're saying at 80. They were in the 60 percentile a couple months ago. Right now, the last I read, which was probably 3 weeks ago, was 85% guaranteed. This is El Nino. Everything's set up for it. The warmer waters off the coast, the Pacific coast. The cooler water temps, I think it was cooler water temps off the East Coast. So everything's set up. The guy I follow, the positive P&A, the way basically how the masses of heat and systems move, low pressure, high pressure. It's just like, oh my goodness. I can't imagine the fact that we got hammered with a La Nina, which is not supposed to get that much rain, and all that rain California got, and actually the West Coast in January this year was phenomenal, and even later in February. And then to get an El Nino on top of that and get the rain, I mean, and the other thing too, I just watched yesterday, and check this guy's channel. I think I've told you guys this before, but check out, if you want to watch accurate weather, check out Direct Weather on YouTube. That's the name of his channel. Sounds like a younger guy. Great guy. I'm telling you, that guy is so accurate. He's the most accurate person I've ever seen with weather. I mean, he blows away your phone apps. He blows away like any weather channel or station you watch or listen to. He's good. He knows how to read the graphs, and he's spot on. Kevin's the one that actually told me about him like a year and a half or two ago, and I've been watching him ever since. Definitely watch him. How here in California, this is supposed to be one of the coolest Junes on average. We'll have a couple of hot days, but we usually have like a week of 100+ days in California. During this time, it doesn't look like we're even going to ever hit that this month, which is great. I hate the heat. Just watched this video yesterday. He said that this fall, for basically the whole West, maybe from like Nevada to the coast, basically, and up that line, if you draw a line up, is supposed to be one of the coldest falls, not necessarily winters, but coldest falls in the last 20 years. I think it was 2004, almost 20 years. It was 2004 the last time they had that cool of a fall. So, I mean, things are just setting up great for this duck season. Like, I just can't be more excited about what this, because you got water, you got birds are nesting really good, probably even do 2 hatches, 2 broods. Because I know we've already seen a bunch of baby ducklings probably like a month ago. So I think they're going to end up getting 2 hatches in. So you got that going for you. You got the good weather. It sounds like you're going to get more water this year, and not just some water, substantial, like 96 California flooding water possibly this year. And it could stay in this rut for the next couple years. So here's the thing, bottom line, and I'm going to end this podcast here with this. I'm almost 40. I'm 39. I'll be 40 in January. And so I guess what I'm saying is I've lived long enough to see the cycles. And, let's just say the last 30 years that of remembering things as a 10-year-old and on. All the fog that we used to have, we call it Thule fog here in the grasslands in California. It's insane. If you've never seen it, it's not your typical fog. You may not see the sun for 2 weeks. So I remember all that all the time growing up. And part partly that was because the ground was saturated, because we would get rain for weeks. I remember being in school hating it, man. Like, junior high or elementary, junior high, high school, wanting to go play hoops or football or whatever, and it's like, it's raining. It hasn't stopped raining for 2 weeks, and you're just stuck inside, not being able to do anything. That's how it used to be. And we forget that, we have 3-4 years of drought and dry weather and heat and all this stuff. And we're just like, man, and especially the media just plays everything on that with the people's emotions. And it's never going to rain again. Global warming, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, last year just like shuts everybody up. They have nothing to talk. Now they're talking about flooding. They're talking about mudslides, rock slides, da. So just stay encouraged, the weather cycles just have done what they've always do, and it just goes in its waves. You can look back at the rings when you cut down a tree. You can look at the rings and see the years of water, see the years of no water, and it goes in cycles. It's cyclical. That's just what it does. And so, yes, we don't like to see lack of water, especially as waterfowlers, but we just know at some point it's going to come back around. So just take that time to get better. But now we're in the money time, now we're in this phase where you're probably going to see more people buying duck boats. You're going to see more people getting out there. I think hunting in general this year is just going to be good. I just think that's what's going to happen. And that comes and goes, So I don't know. The only thing I foresee happening on the refuges is I foresee them still being tight on water and amount of people going in, just because our lovely state loves to dump water out into the ocean. So instead of conserving this, building maybe another reservoir or something just to save this water, they're just going to dump, and that's what they're doing right now, basically, is just dumping water. So it is what it is. You can get mad about it, or you can just try to be better and be mobile, because that's so frustrating. But I'm not going to go off on a rant or anything about that right now. So we'll see. I just think the refuge in general, all from Southern California to Northern California, is just going to be better in general. I think this year's going to be good. And that being said, there is going to be a lot more water, so birds are going to be spread out more. So, refuges were really hot, believe it or not, 2 and 3 years ago, because there was no other options for the birds to go. But now they're going to be spread out a little more. There'll be more clubs. They're going to be in the rice more, because I'll just tell you, when I drove through the Sac Valley, I haven't seen that much rice planted in probably 4 or 5 years. I mean, stuff that hasn't been planted in 4 or 5 years is just green right now, just lush with rice. So I'm excited. What did I say? I guess I'm going in circles kind of, but I'm just giving you updates about the rice, about the water, about the nesting, about the birds. It's a good time to be a waterfowler. That's all I gotta say. And it doesn't stop for me. Year round, it's in my head, it's in my mind. I love it. I want to do it. I want to study. I want to learn. I'm going to be a better duck caller. I want to see, them flourish. I want to see this nesting and things that they do, people do, we do. We support these foundations. I'm a Delta Waterfowl member. I'm a Cal Waterfowl member. There's Ducks Unlimited as well. But it's going to be good, guys. And just giving you the updates of what I've heard and seen with my own eyes. And encourage you guys to get out there and drive through some of those waterfowl tours. They're fun to go through and see. And it's exciting. And that is all for the updates I got for you, what's going on. I thought that would be encouraging and exciting for a lot of people, especially in the West Coast. And we got some more guests. Barton Ramsey's coming on again. He'll probably be on 2-3 more times this year. And he's going to be coming on soon. We might even be recording Monday, so maybe have an episode out probably Thursday of next week. And get that one right out and answer a lot of the questions you guys had on Facebook and Instagram. I took screenshots of those because we didn't hardly touch those. It's like when you do a first episode with somebody, you really got to get to know them and kind of go through the background of that person. But now that we've broke those barriers, we're going to knock out a ton of questions, and I'm excited about it. And I guess I didn't say this in the last one because, Jeremy, I know you're faithful listening to the show, but I was just gonna say yes. I think it was you that said that, or maybe that was some. Let me look here. That might have actually been someone else that said that about me getting a dog from Barton Ramsey. I guess I didn't say that. I thought I did, but that is the plan. I plan on my next dog getting it from Southern Oak Kennels, the main base right there, because I want a pup from Rio. If you don't know who Rio is, you got to go check him out on Southern Oak Kennels social media. That dude is a bad dude. That black lab is phenomenal. That being said, there's another guy kind of built some friendships. He's bought a picture from me and we met, and I seen his dog. In fact, I think that's who Kelly's gonna breed with when she comes in her next heat sometime in November. So if any of you are interested in possibly getting one of Kelly's pups, which is Rocky's daughter, the stud that we found, this local guy, kind of a friend of mine, we chat quite a bit, is a gorgeous dog. Beautiful lab from High Test Kennels. So just keep that in the back of your thoughts, and you can reach out to me around that time frame if you remember this. But I think it was Jeremy Matlock, and I appreciate Jeremy. We've never talked on the phone, but we chat a lot through Facebook. But I think you said, where'd you say? We were talking about cut downs last time. Was that you? Yeah. You were asking about, why am I not going with Chris Akins at Webfoot Kennels, which is what I had been saying for a long time I was going to do on my next dog. But when I seen Rio, I seen his drive, but I also seen his relaxed state when he's not hunting. I love UK labs. They're gorgeous. They remind me a lot of just that blocky look. But what's cool about them, they're a lot lighter. Like Rocky's like 90, 95. Hunting weight, he's like 89, 90. Off-season 95. These studs, these males are, anywhere between 70, 75 pounds. 80 is kind of heavy. I think he said he has one that's like 79. But you got to go listen to the episode. It's really good. And we talk about UK labs, and they're awesome. I'm sold out. That's definitely what I want to do. Chris's labs are a little bit more American, and I'm not as big on that look, but to have a great dog and, just a phenomenal bloodline, I would do it. But since I've seen them, that's why I'm doing this. And they've got incredible bloodlines. I literally can't wait. I say I can't wait. I'm actually not looking forward, and I guess I'll make this longer than I thought because I'm going to add this in here. I actually wanted to talk about this, but I forgot when I wrote my notes for this episode. So, oh well, I lied to you guys again, I guess, about being a short one. But I don't even like talking about getting another dog because, trust me, Rocky is my pal, my buddy. And I do not even like thinking about that. And he's not even 6 yet. But I talked to Barton, and I've talked to other people, and they said the same thing. You really need to get your next dog around that when your older dog is between 6 and 7. I was going to wait till Rocky was 7, between 7 and 8. But when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, that probably is the better choice because, let's see, if I get him, he'll be 6.5 when I get my next pup. A year, be 2 months, be 7.5. It can hunt that next season when Rocky's almost 8. Yeah. And then, yeah. So and then this pup's second year would be, Rocky would be 9. So it actually works out. Dog's full bore, ready to go, pretty much 2 years. Hand noses developed and all that good stuff. So it's really sad to think about. Rocky's slowing down. He doesn't right now. He's not slowing down at all. I mean, he's totally fine. He's still young. He's in his prime, basically. But what's sad is they get in their prime and they're only in that prime for like 3 years, So it's kind of depressing. And it's sad, for Rocky. And I don't know how Rocky's going to take to another one. He's such a friendly dog. I think he'll just be licking the pup half to death. And it's going to be great to train, with Rocky and Kelly and this new pup. I think I got a name picked out in my head that I like. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know who the mom is going to be. I know it's going to be Rio for sure. I haven't decided. And it's kind of what they decide. I'm not really too picky. Their females aren't like, they look pretty, like they're good looking, but they're not like, females just don't look the same. I don't know how to explain it other than smaller. Not saying I don't want to ever will get a female lab, but part of me's about how good the dog is, and I don't know, not having to deal with the female that comes in heat and you got to keep her back and watch other stupid male dogs. The other part of me is I love the looks of males, bigger, blockier heads. I like that I don't have to worry about them being in heat. People say, "Oh yeah, they go pee on everything and hike." Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but you can. Rocky is not. I don't ever think that. I never think of him being a nuisance and that stuff. So anyways, I don't know. We'll see. But that's the plan. Sorry, I didn't throw that in earlier. Took a little bit longer in this episode, but I'm really excited. I'm excited to have Barton on again and answer guys a lot of questions. And so that's it. Yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. Looking forward to it. Peace.